So today I figured I'd tackle a question I get asked all the time, and it's to do with removing features from Minecraft. People always ask something along the lines of, if you could remove any feature from Minecraft, what would it be? And usually my diplomatic response is something like, well, you don't need to remove features from Minecraft, right? Like, it's better to just leave them in there for people who do like them, but truth be told, there's some features that I really do dislike and think I could massively improve the game by removing them, so I figured I'd go through 5 such features in today's video, and hopefully you do all enjoy it. If you do, please do all like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like the video. And also, no intro on this one, just straight into it. Let me know what you think about that too. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? With the first feature I'd like to see removed from Minecraft, and it's to do with horses. Not just horses as a whole, horses are a really cool mob, right? I think the fact that they exist is pretty cool, and they bring a lot of coolness to the game. I'm glad they did come. However, one thing that I'm not happy with is the variance you get between horses. And I get there's meant to be some good variance, because, they can have anywhere from, like, half a, health bar to, like, 1.5 times 1. It's pretty cool, right, that you can get so much variance in how much they can jump, how much they can health. One of the things I've always hated is the variance in speed. So the variance in speed literally means some horses are 3 times as fast as others, and the horses that are on the slower end of the spectrum might as well not exist. So here's a average moving horse, right? It's what you'd expect. It's slightly faster than sprinting. It doesn't waste hunger. It's a really cool, useful horse, and this is what you hope for every time you go. It's a little bit below average, in fact, but still, roughly average horse. That's what you hope for when you tame a horse. However, it seems, at the very least, like most horses you tame for the first time move something like this, and this horse is moving so slow, I might as well just get off it and walk for the speed I'm going. Let's prove that. So here's me walking, the same distance, just over here, and then here's me getting off, and here's me sprinting it. As you can see, I'm much faster on foot, and it just raises a question: why does the horse need to exist? It exists just to ruin my day and to make me tame a horse that I don't need to, and I think that's really stupid. I think if there was a choice, I would just remove all the horses that had any real slow speed, and I'd make the horse variants go from, like, kind of okay to pretty good. So you're still going to go after the best horses, but it doesn't mean that you get a lot of bad horses all the time. Also, one thing I do is make it so it's not tied into lag. So the first feature I've moved from Minecraft is slow horses. They don't need to exist, and that they ruin my experience. You're a bad horse. Please stop existing. I mean, I could do that myself. But anyway, that said, that's the first thing right there that I removed from the game, slow horses. The second thing is actually a console kind of feature thing. It's to do with the edge of the world. So as we all probably know right now, the console has a limited world, and at the edge of the world, you get this kind of infinite kind of sea, or if it's if it's near land, infinite land, whatever you kind of get, it looks like it's just the same chunk over and over again, and it gives this effect that, like, oh yeah, the world is infinite, you just can't access most of it, which is, I guess, kind of nice. I think that's probably the best way they could have handled it. The PC barriers might not work so well, but one thing I will say that I don't like about it is the fact that the very last block of the 864 by 864 world isn't actually accessible. So let me show you that by going down here into the cave, and then all the way down here, because you can see the very last block in the world actually isn't accessible. So right over here, you can see... okay, there's a skeleton following me down here. But yeah, just over... Wait, how did... Okay, but whatever. So, basically, yeah, if you look over here, you can see I can mine these blocks over here. They're just mineable just fine. But if we look at the blocks on the right, we can't get them. So stuff like redstone, we just cannot get. I mean, gravel, of course. But yeah, gravel, I mean, I just don't get it. And why does that need to be there? There's no particularly good reason why you can't mine it, besides, I guess, there'd be a black box on the other side. But I don't get why there isn't just a stone wall beyond that we can't mine, maybe, or even just have the black wall. But either way, having ores that you can't access in this last wall are very annoying. And I will say there is a way to get them, but it is arguably a glitch by using pistons, and it's just kind of annoying if you ask me. So with that said, there's a lot of mobs over there. So with that said, the second feature I'd remove from the game has to be ores in the edge of the world, or even just the edge of the world. I wish there was some better way to do it, because having ores in there you can't access is really frustrating for someone like me that goes mining and hits the edge of the world a lot, and yeah, I'd like to see that removed. So the third feature I'd like to see removed is actually a mob that you probably can't even work out the spawn egg is, because it's in my inventory right now. It's the Endermite. Let's be real here. The Endermite was kind of a vaguely interesting idea at first, and it is a almost interesting looking mob if we're being entirely honest with ourselves. But the thing about the Endermite that makes me say why do we need it is that it has such a low spawn rate. It's 1 in every 20 times you use an Ender Pearl, and sometimes when an Enderman teleports, it has such a low spawn rate. It has such a low, like, really, anything, like, you can get it so fast like this. And the thing about the Endermite is it just offers no threat, and as well as offering no threat, it's kind of too random to be any good anyway, because it's meant to be like a subtle nerf to the Ender Pearl, but it's so subtle that it might as well not exist. It's just an every now and then it'll really annoy you, and I don't think that's the best thing in the game. I think that if the Endermite needs to exist, it needs to be buffed, and if it's going to exist in its current form, it might as well not exist anyway. It might as well just be a creative only mob, because, maybe someone can use it like this, but, the way you get it from Ender Pearling is just so rare and so hard to show off. That's why I'm using small eggs right here. Then again, it just might as well not exist in my opinion, but yeah, that's just me. So with that said, that's the third feature I've removed. The fourth feature I would remove if I could from the game would probably have to be, to do with the weather system, because the weather system in Minecraft seems like it's hinting at a system that's way better than it is. So let's, if you look over here, for instance, you can see there are three types of weather. There's clear, there's rain, and there's thunder. And it seems like, because there's a weather cycle and that sort of stuff, that there's going to be this really cool kind of difference between the three weathers. However, two of the weathers are almost exactly the same, and one is just inferior to the other. So rain is the most annoying thing any Minecraft player comes into. The very first time I came across rain in like beta 1.3, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Moved on about my day. Every time since then, it's just annoyed me, because rain, if you don't know, it means it's harder to work out if it's day or night. It means mobs don't burn the day, and you can argue it adds challenge, and that's why you can't root from the game. But really, what purpose does it solve? Because if it was my opinion, I'd have one of two things happen. Either one, make it so there's a full weather system, so there's different levels of sunny. It's not just it's clear or it's not. Have like super hot days, super cold days, something like that. Have some better weather system than just three types of weather. Or two, if we're going to have the current system where we insist rain is useful, make it always thunder, because thunder is just raining like normal, but it's it's rain but super cool, because thunder could hit a pig, it could make a zombie pigman. Thunder could hit a creeper and cause a charged creeper. Wouldn't that be awesome? Thunder could hit a villager and cause a witch to spawn. And I think having those rare events, even though they are super rare, makes thunder at least cool. Like it makes it feel cooler. So you can see it's even lighting stuff on fire. It just makes the thunder seem so much cooler than rain, and I just don't see the need for rain to exist while we have thunder, which already has rain in the game. So that said, yeah, I really wish that there was a, just thunder and clear, or at the very least a full weather system, but yeah, not rain. Just remove it from the game. Would anyone miss it? I don't think so. No one would be like, oh, I really wish it was raining but not thundering right now. No, you're saying I wish it was clear, or I really enjoy the thunder. They're the two reactions to thunder, and that's that right there. So with that said, let's move on to the final feature I would remove from the game if I could, and this again might be more of a console thing than a PC thing, but even on the PC, I'd like to see it fixed, because it's to do with the ocean biome. So here you can see I've got a Minecraft 360 sized map. It's A64 by A64, and about 85% of the entire seed is just ocean. And I mean, why? That's the question I have to ask here. Why does this need to be the way it is? There's no particularly good reason besides, like, oh, well, it's like the way it is on PC. But why does the PC need to have giant oceans? Like, again, I can kind of see it being useful because it's like, oh, well, it means there's this giant 1,000-block gap between islands and it makes it feel more real. But honestly, I think most people enjoy the Minecraft experience when it's more land-based. Like, if you spawn... Okay, so the spawn on this seed, it's one of the seed Sundays you can check out if you want to. But yeah, the spawn on this seed is all the way over there. It's on an island, which is 400 or 500 blocks away from the rest of the world, and at that point, like, why? I mean, is that a fun Minecraft experience for anyone to be like, well, I've spawned in now, guess I'd better make a boat because I can't get anything besides trees and maybe some sugarcane if I stay here? That's just not a cool thing for anyone, and that's why I think ocean biomes either need to be kind of massively rethought, like make them a lot smaller, especially on the console, or maybe just removed in general. Like, I think if we had only... if we had oceans exist in a very smaller fashion, or maybe just a lot rarer, like make them a rare feature, then I'd be a lot happier with them. But in their current form, I hate oceans so much, I would be kind of happy to see them removed. And that is why they are my fifth feature I'd like to see removed from Minecraft. So with that said, let me know what you think should be removed from Minecraft in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video in there too. Also, please do like it if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Let me know what you think of the no intro thing. That's something I'm trying, I guess, because I know, like, intro things are weird. And besides that, I guess I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.